Welcome to Let's Connect on 88.5 Super FM. My guest this evening is Miss CHRISHNA BRICE, who is representing tonight as the chairperson for the Super Youth Month Committee. But first off, we're going to start out with our shout outs. We want to give a special shout out to all the communities of Fosse Jacques. Thank you so very much for always tuning into our Let's Connect program. We want to shout out Mini, Belvedere, St. Philip, Boisden, Belfort, Deville, Espérance, Belle Plaine, Fongelib, Mont-Lacroix, Chateau Belair. Those of you tuned in Zeno, Colabet, and Sulphur Springs, thank you so very much for always keeping us locked on. Also, we want to send a special shout out to Fokako. Those of you at Diamond, thank you so very much for giving us the time today. And we want to shout out those of you in Bouton and in Etangs. Those of you coming to us from Margaretude, Market Road, Palmis, Fort Beignet. Thank you so very much for making Let's Connect your choice this evening. We want to shout out those of you in New Development. We want to give us a big shout out to the Dusauzay family of New Development. Those of you in Wingsville, Church Street, Smoke Hill, and the Gulf. And a big shout out to those of you coming from Lenny's Hill, and especially those of you tuned in and locked on always from Barron's Drive. Thank you so very much for always tuning in to Let's Connect. We always love to hear from you guys. We want to send a special shout out to Miss Adelta Bowens of St. Vincent. Thank you so very much for tuning in to Let's Connect. So I want to give a shout out to Miss Teresa Wilfred, who is tuned in, Miss Phaedra Brandis, Mr. Melius tuned in as well on our live chat on Facebook. Tonight, any questions that you want to ask to our guests this evening, you can send it through our Facebook live chat. We're locked on and we're paying attention, so give us a shout out. And if birthdays or celebrations you want us to shout out as well, let us know. We're here to facilitate you this evening. I want to give a special shout out to Miss Luciana Seville of Palmis. Thanks so very much for tuning in to Let's Connect. So Miss CHRISHNA BRICE, as I said, is here representing for the Youth Month Committee. Welcome to the Let's Connect program, Miss St. Bryce.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dusauzay. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you. Tell us a little bit about the Youth Month Committee. What exactly is the purpose of this committee?
Okay, Youth Month is celebrated annually in St. Lucia in April. The Ministry of Youth Development and Sports is charged with the responsibility, the mandate to celebrate the good work of young people across the island of St. Lucia, and it is done annually, like I said, in April. This year, the Honorable Emma Hippolyte saw it very fitting to put a committee in place, the Super Youth Month Committee, to take on and to develop programs and initiatives to celebrate the excellent work that young people of Suffre are doing.
Awesome.
This
That sounds
year,
great.
the Ministry of Youth and Sports, the theme is Devant un somme et toute jeunesse. But the Youth Month Committee in Suffre saw it fitting that due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the challenges that young people face, to have a theme surrounding that, the resilience of young people. And our theme in Suffre is Evolve, Growing Youth for an Inclusive and Transformed Society.
Can you say that theme again? Evolve.
Evolve, Growing Youth for an Inclusive and Transformed Society.
Growing youth for an inclusive.
And transformed society.
Awesome.
So we're saying that young people, no matter what they are faced with, they should be resilient.
I agree, especially we learned that through what we experienced through COVID starting from 2020, in fact from 2019, and all that it has brought upon us. We have persons who's lost their businesses, who's lost lives and lost loved ones. So we definitely need to be more, remind me of the word you used? Resilient. I was about to say exclusive and I was like, why am I saying that? Sorry. Yeah, so we definitely need to help our youth get to be more resilient. That's going to be my word for the day, resilient. Yes. So those of you who don't know what that word is, I advise that you Google it, because it's definitely a word we need to have in our back pocket right now. That is definitely, especially with increased gas prices, increased grocery prices, that is something that is definitely a skill that we need to employ, being resilient in these hard times. So the Youth Month Committee, I believe your first activity was your radio program on Thursday.
Yes,
that was last week. Thursday was the first program with our host Edissa Eugene, and she had her first guest was Mr. Jonathan Shalom. I believe is his
Right.
name, yes. And I did manage to tune in for most of his interview towards the end of the program, and I was very much impressed with the work that he's doing in Soufrière, and it was a very good first program, and it's going to continue every Thursday.
Yes, it's going to continue every Thursday. We were hoping that the Soufrière Regional Development Foundation actually puts this program as one of the programs for the
That we
future.
continue?
Yes,
Mhm.
hopefully that they continue this program, because it is a program, Youth Voice, which Youth Voices, sorry, is going to give young people youth advocacy in terms of a voice when it comes to entrepreneurship, sports, education, hospitality, entrepreneurship again, like I said, to give young people in Soufrière a platform so their voices can be heard.
I think that's something that would still help with the resilience aspect of it as well,
Very
because
much so.
when you can showcase what is available to our youth, what they can achieve, I think it might give them a bit of encouragement in terms of where they can and how far they can reach instead of just limiting themselves. I think that it's a great initiative. Kudos to the Youth Month Committee on that, and kudos to Mr. Disa Eugene and on being a wonderful
I am
host.
so thankful that she decided to take on that challenge and be the host. She did an excellent job, and we hope to see her on the radio program.
Do we have any indication of who her guest will be this week?
Well, we spoke about it just before I came on, and she wants to showcase Mr. Donathan.
Lucien?
Yes, Donathan Lucien.
Awesome. I think his
Gentleman.
story is really a great one
from
for the youth.
community
Yes.
of Palmis. So again, he has overcome many challenges
Yes.
and have become resilient. So I think he's a very fitting host to have for the next program when it comes to Youth Month.
I agree. I'm definitely going to tune in. What time is that program going to be on? 3 o'clock?
3 p.m. to 4 p.m. every Thursday.
Okay,
On
great.
88.5 Soufrière FM.
Awesome. So this week's guest is Donathan Lucien, and I have had him on my Let's Connect program, and his story is an incredible one, and I wish him all the very best in all his future endeavors. So I will definitely be tuning in, and I hope that our listeners as well will be tuned in on Thursday on 88.5 at 3 p.m. for Youth Voices with Miss Edisa Eugene and her guest this week, Donathan Lucien. All right. So on Monday, I'm still thinking today's Monday. On Monday, April 18th, there was your second event, which was the Fun Sports and Family Fun Day, which took place at the Soufrière Mini Stadium. I know that the rain started off in the early start of time. It was definitely a bit of a bummer, but I feel like the turnout was amazing.
It was. I want to say a big thank you to the parents who brought their kids out to this activity. I was hoping to see a lot more young people in terms of the age range of 16 to 35, but we saw parents, the kids enjoying the activities, enjoying the fun sports. And I want to say kudos to the Soufrière Youth Month Committee for putting that activity in place, especially with sports now coming on board. We saw sports happening with the primary school, the infant school. I'm not sure if the Soufrière Comprehensive School
I'm not sure if they had one.
meet, but we saw three-legged race. We saw
the balloon toss, the balloon pop,
and we saw that
three-legged race.
And
it was
especially
fun.
they were into the Easter egg hunt.
Oh, I was surprised because I was there in the stands, and when the announcement went on for the Easter egg hunt, children pelted their way onto the field. I was in shock. I was like, wow, that was the highlight of the night. And there was 205 Easter eggs hidden all around the stadium, in the grass, in the stands, all over the place. And the children went on a hunt, and the person with the most eggs was going to win a prize.
Right.
I think the highest number was 32 eggs. Somebody found 32 eggs. I'm still in shock at that. There were people who did find one egg, but somebody found 32 eggs.
So it was a good event, and I want to say a big thank you again to the parents who decided to bring the kids out to have some fun with the Soufrière Youth Month Committee.
And I also want to say, in terms of the parents, kudos to you for your patience, because when the stand started to fill, there was a bit of an issue getting the sound system up and running, and I was fully expecting grumbling, quarreling. Maybe some people are like, y'all said y'all was starting at that time and y'all didn't start. I did not get any of that from the parents, and I am so happy and thankful for that. And I want to say a big kudos again to the parents for that. You guys gave a good example of patience yesterday, and then at the end of it all, the amount of fun that was had, I think that it was a wonderful turnout. It was a wonderful success of an event. So I think that it's something we should consider recreating for next year, God willing.
Most definitely.
At least, yes. It was the first big activity from the Youth Month Committee, and it was a wonderful, resounding success. So we want to say kudos to the Youth Month Committee for that. The Youth Month Committee's next event is going to be the Paint and Sip.
Two activities happening on this coming Sunday, the 24th of April. We have the 3x3 basketball aroma happening at the Sufre Primary School, the concrete area to the front of the primary school. So we're encouraging the young people, even though you're not sports oriented, but to come out and have some fun with the young people, the basketballers. At that event, it starts at 10 a.m. So we're going to hear a little more about in the upcoming days in terms of registration and so on when it comes to the 3x3 basketball aroma. And then we have another activity, Sufre Painting with a Twist, Paint and Sip initiative, where we're going to have a very youthful artist. And we're going to paint a beautiful image. Like I said, Sufre Painting with a Twist. It's a secret what the twist is.
Okay, because I don't know what it is, so don't ask me.
We're encouraging young people. Let me tell you, registration is almost filled for this activity. So we're encouraging, we still have some slots left. We're encouraging young persons from Sufre to register. They could reach out to me. They could reach out to any members of the Sufre Youth Month Committee, Ms. Dusauzay, Mr. Nehemiah St. Jean, Mr. Clayton William, Ms. Natalia Jabatis, Mr. Amonte Regis, Mr. Nzania Mafre. You can reach out to any one of those members to register for the Paint and Sip. It's going to be an amazing activity, one with a difference, one of the first kind in Sufre. So we're encouraging young people, male and female. Do not say this is a woman's initiative. This is a young lady.
Men drink wine.
Yes, men drink wine. So come, Roman. I'm hoping that you come and support this activity and you register for this activity.
Do we need to bring anything on that day? Or do we have to walk with our brushes, walk with something to sit on the grass, on the sand?
We're encouraging persons to walk with their beach mats, beach towels, and your aprons if you do not want to get your nice outfit dirty. Yes, we paint, so walk with your mats, your beach towels too. Just have a seat, and then you're gonna get your canvas for free, your brushes to paint, and the painter as well for this initiative.
And what about the sip portion?
Well, that's the twist. That's the secret.
Oh, there's a twist to the sip portion. Okay, all right.
So once you come, you're gonna get the secret, the twist to that initiative.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm already registered, so I'm definitely going to be there. I'm coming with my own brushes. Okay. So don't worry about me when it comes to brushes. I'm coming with my mat. I'm coming with my apron. I'm coming well prepared to get into the whole painting of it all.
So we're asking, since it's a twist, we're asking that the age range for registration is 18 to 35.
Okay.
Yes.
So 18 to 35.
18 to 35.
You have to be legal.
Yes.
Okay. For this particular activity. So just to reiterate, we're going to register in advance. Registration is still open. We have a few slots left. You can reach out to any member from the Youth Month Committee, or you can reach out to Ms. CHRISHNA and BRICE, who is the chairperson of the committee, and you get to register, and you don't have any cost to it. No cost to register. So
we have a limited number of slots.
Right. So you register and you just come as you are. Walk with your apron if you don't want to get your clothes wet, dirty with paint, and your beach mat or beach towels. That's all you need to do.
Yes.
There's no dress code.
No, not really.
Okay.
But it's a Sunday initiative and stuff. Dress with your nice dandan. I know ladies in Sufre like to dress.
We like to dress. We like to dress.
So make sure you dress to impress.
Okay. So this is going to be one of those things where you should walk with your camera.
Most definitely.
Okay. But remember, you're going to the beach, eh? So, and what time are we starting?
We're starting at 3 p.m.
3 p.m. 3 p.m. sharp.
Yes.
Okay. And can we get to know who the artist is in advance, or is that part of the secret as well?
That's part of the secret.
Okay. So we have an artist, a young artist, who's going to be helping us paint, and we're going to have a twist. that we're not going to know about yet. But it's a free event. I've seen advertisements for other paint and sip events, and it's usually over $100 per
Right.
person.
So it's a free
So
event.
I think this is a great initiative. I am asking the young people of Sufre to take advantage. You never know when you're going to get another activity like this at no cost to you. So take advantage, come and learn a new skill, come and have some fun. You don't have to be an artist to come and paint.
Right.
You're going to have somebody helping you and guiding you. And it's at no cost to you. There's nothing to lose. So encouraging those of you who are interested, sign up, register. That's all you have to do. Register and show up. And you're going to be guaranteed a good time. I definitely think it's going to be wonderful. And if we can judge by the turnout that we had at the event yesterday, people are hearing us. People are excited about Youth Month. So we're going to come out. So long as you're under the age of 45, you still qualify as a youth. So don't think this is for young people. So long as you're under 45.
Well, I must say, Mrs. Susie, I'm really excited that Youth Month is celebrated in Sufre after so many years.
Yes.
So kudos to the district representative.
And I still qualify as youth.
Kudos to the district representative, Honorable Emma Hippolyte, for seeing the need to celebrate our young people in Sufre. And our final activity to culminate Youth Month, Mrs. Susie, is the Minister's Youth Pop-Up Forum. This one, I'm really excited about it because one of the reasons is that too many times we hear young people, especially maybe after a Youth and Sports Council meeting or maybe the side of the road, like you would say, Powell, come away, you would hear they have the ideas, they have the initiative, they want to do stuff, but they're afraid, they're shying away. So this activity will give the youth of Sufre a seat at the table with the Honorable Emma Hippolyte, Mr. Ernest Sam Oji. The Sufre Regional Development Foundation is one of our main stakeholders in the town, and also Miss Nancy Nicholas, where you're going to get the opportunity to speak directly to your rep, speak directly to the chairperson of the Sufre Regional Development Foundation, speak on ideas that are affecting you as young people in your community, especially when it comes to education. You hear a lot of young people asking about scholarships.
Yes.
Here is your opportunity to come and speak to your representative to see how you can access a scholarship, how you can access further education, maybe being staff or maybe university level education, small business enterprises, how you want to do it, if you want to develop a small business. So here is an opportunity for you to come and speak with your rep at this initiative. It is happening on May 14th at Whispers Nightclub.
Upstairs
from
Whispers.
5 p.m. It's again another amazing opportunity for young people of Sufre. We're saying that the dress code should be semi-formal. We want to give it a classy edge to it as young people.
And we like to emulate the government. When usually you don't have a certain dress code to come into government offices, we want you to dress a certain way when you approach these type of individuals, that show that you have taken care in your appearance when you come to them, when you want to talk about these type of issues. You want to talk about your education, you want to talk about entrepreneurship, you want to talk about job creation. These are the type of things you want to show that you're serious about. So we're going to start by our appearance. We're going to be serious about it.
Definitely.
Yes.
And this activity as well, you have to register, reach out to any members of the Sufre Youth Fund Committee to register for this initiative. I'm encouraging as many young people, Sufre, Fonchejacques, Montlaquad, Port-Jolib, Eaton's, Belfort, Baron Strength, Palmis. We're encouraging you to show up in large numbers and let your voices be heard when it comes to the development of your community and maybe even national development as well.
Exactly. So definitely these are some of the activities we have coming up, but we didn't mention the volleyball.
Oh yes.
On May 8th at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Yes. Sufre Beach Park. Yes, that's where it's happening. So definitely look out for that volleyball competition. And some of the I think we need to mention that the prizes are amazing, because I think everybody was surprised yesterday at some of the prizes that were won.
Lunches for 2 hours.
Yes.
We had some amazing prizes for
scented candle sets. We had perfume sets.
And we have to say a big thank you to our sponsors.
Our sponsors were really amazing. We had some great sponsors.
A success. We're going to send out an official thank you to each one of you. But we want to say a big thank you from the Sufre Youth Month Committee.
If I can remember some of our sponsors, we had A+ Cakes, Just Jerseys.
Right.
There was an auto spa. I can't recall the full name, but there was an auto spa.
Resort.
And Chasney Resort. Big thank you to you guys. I think the person who won that lunch for two at Chasney was beyond shocked, as well as the because what we did, when you win the game, you dip for the prize. So nobody knows what your prize is going to be until you dip. So then when you dip and then you come out with, imagine you playing musical chairs and you win a lunch for two at Chasney. So that's how yesterday went down, and I think that was such an amazing thing. And I think for other events, we have other special prizes just as similar as that. So every event like that, you get an opportunity to win those amazing prizes because we have amazing sponsors. So I need everybody to consider registering for the Paint and Sip, register for the Ministers Pop-Up Forum. These are activities that you are going to benefit from, and it is at no cost to you. This is the benefit right now of being a youth. You get these experiences at no cost to you and celebrating you as a person, you as a young person. And I think that this is one of the best and most amazing things that has happened in Soufriere for Youth Month in a long time.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm. We've covered all of our activities, and like you said, we're going to come back with our proper list of sponsors to be able to properly thank everybody. Now, I know that you have to get to
the Soufriere Youth
yes, Youth Sports Council elections taking place
today as we speak.
So we kind of double booked. What were the qualifications again? Please remind those of you. I know you all said it at the show last week Thursday, but in terms of what's the requirement to be part of
president and treasurer, you have to be 18 and over. Any other executive position, you can be 14 years.
14.
1-4.
Okay, 14. Yes. I think the last time I heard 40. I think that's what I was wondering. 14. I was like, how is 14? So 14. Yes. Okay, so you can be 14 for all other positions except for secretary and president and treasurer.
You have to be 18 and over because, with banks and stuff, you have to go and sign checks and stuff like that. So we want you to be at a decent age.
Okay. I think this is something. How often do you have elections?
Every 2 years.
Every 2 years. Yes. Okay, so if you're 14 now and you still want to consider it, you have options. Okay, so if you're maybe 12 now, you have in the next 2 years you'll be 14. You have options. So those of you in sports, especially our young people involved in sports, take this opportunity. Come and put yourself into such a vital organization in our community.
Also, from the plans, it is that they will be having 2 committees attached to the Soufriere Youth and Sports Council, a youth committee and also a sports committee. So if you do not make it on the executive, you also have an opportunity to serve on the committees as well.
Okay, that's great.
So if you're interested, the elections is happening right now at Whispers nightclub, so you could come down there and hear the young people vying for the various positions for the executive of the Soufriere Youth and Sports Council.
Is it going to take the form of maybe like a little debate? Is everybody going to go and give a pitch?
Yes, you're going to give us the pitch. The various executive members who's vying for the various positions will give a pitch as to why person should vote for them. So it's happening right now.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Miss, I am very happy that you were able to give me a little bit of your time tonight, Miss St. Bryce. I do have another guest coming in. I'm just hoping that he is going to make it in time. So we're going to take a little pause so that we can allow you to go to our Soufriere Youth and Sports Committee elections taking place at Whispers right now. And we wish you all the very best with the rest of the activities for Soufriere Youth Month. And looking forward to the Paint and Sip on Sunday, April 24th, coming up this weekend.
Okay, thank you so very much, Ms. Dusauzay, for
it was a
having
pleasure.
me on your show. I hope to be here some other time.
Yes.
And happy Youth Month to all young people also. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Abdominal pain, fever, coughing, diarrhea, vomiting, and it's just a lot. And you would find that the person's saturation level, the oxygen saturation level is very low. I'm EMT Regis, Emergency Medical Technician, attached to the CHRISHNA Fire Service. Today, I'll briefly touch note on the situation which is at hand, which is the COVID-19 situation, which is a very serious situation. I think the general public has a misconception of. I have been a victim of COVID-19, and it has been a really, really tough challenge for me when I actually had the virus. I had difficulty breathing, I was hospitalized, and I have absolutely no underlying issues. My sister, who recently passed away, fell victim to the virus. The virus is as serious as the doctors say it is. We have found ourselves in situations where our resources are exhausted, the men are exhausted, the hospitals are exhausted. I have personally seen at the hospitals doctors where it's very difficult for them and the nurses, where the doctors are basically answering the phones. They need to cater for the patients, they need to document the reports, and it's just as hard. On a daily basis, we receive a lot of calls. Initially, maybe we'll have received more frontline calls, but now you get more COVID calls, where you find people have a lot of different symptoms, such as shortness of breath, abdominal pain, fever, coughing, diarrhea, vomiting, and it's just a lot. And you will find that the person's saturation level, the oxygen saturation level is very low. When we get to the patient, sometimes it's very critical. And when the hospital is exhausted and the hospital is overworked and there are a lot of patients, what will happen is really and truly people will die because they will not be able to receive the adequate treatment that they need. The doctors they lack in resources, they lack in manpower, and also at the fire service, we're lacking manpower and we're lacking.
Welcome back to Let's Connect on 88.5 Super FM. With me in studio now is Mr. Smith Jean-Philippe, who is the head of Exciting Tours, and he is also one of the hardest working council members. I'm always crediting him for that. Always out and about showcasing different aspects of Soufrière on his Facebook page. Welcome to the program once again, Mr. Jean-Philippe. I think we need to give you a medal for most frequent guest on Let's Connect.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
Okay.
I must say thank you for
always a pleasure.
Frequent.
Always a pleasure to have you.
Visit to 88.5 Super FM.
Yes.
Which I think today won't be the last.
Oh, not at all. You always have so many exciting opportunities to talk about. So we definitely will always have a reason to bring you back on. And we want to first talk about your most recent activity, which took place over the weekend, the Easter Fiesta, as it was dubbed, which was aptly named because Sunday and Monday was Easter Sunday and Easter Monday. So on Easter Sunday, we had our football. How did that go? Tell us a little bit about how the day went.
Well, first, we had a change in the event because of the Denry All Blacks. They wanted to visit, and they said, like, it's Easter Sunday, and everyone would love to spend time with their families.
Okay.
So we had to change, which affected some of the guys that have that took time to come and play the football on the Sunday. Mm-hmm. But they do have time. Things happen sometimes we just can't explain.
Yeah.
But I did explain to them, and regardless of what happened, but Denry was there on the Monday. Mm-hmm. The Sunday, we had the Wallaba the Sunday, and we didn't have a lot of teams per se, mm-hmm. but we had the best of three games, between Biggest Boys and the Kings. We had three teams, right? There was that they would have three teams, but one of the teams registered lots of their players, and the other team could not set up their teams. So they came together. And they
merged.
They merged, and they decided that they would take on the biggest boys.
Okay.
But biggest boys, it was just too much for the Kings, and biggest boys emerged champions, and they got the Walaba champions for I cannot count so far, but the biggest boys are just the champions of Walaba.
Yeah, they're the repeat champions.
Yes.
We don't know for how many years now, but they're the champions once again. So big up to Biggest Boys for once again winning at Walaba. So the Walaba took place on the Sunday, and we had to rearrange for the football on the Monday instead. Okay, so the Dennery Blacks, they showed up on Monday?
Yes, they did. But let me say one last thing is that, Belfort, at one time I can recall Belfort was very good at Walaba. And I can say if they think that they are strong, or they're stronger, just test and just come on down to Fonse Jacques, and Biggest Boys are waiting.
You're issuing a challenge to Belfort.
To Belfort. If you can hear me, if you're alone, hear me, somebody will give you the message. But the football, oh my goodness, the football, it was exciting football as them. But one thing I realized, Dennery All Blacks, they're a very good team. I will say they're a very good team. But whenever it's raining, Dennery All Blacks, they're not that strong of a team. Yes, I realized that about them, because the first year in 2018, when they came down the first time, they reached the finals and they lose in the finals. It was raining.
It was raining.
Yes. When they won twice, and it was bright sunshine. So I must say thank you for the Dennery All Blacks for making it down to Fonse Jacques yesterday, and it was a fun day despite the weather. Yes. So I must say we had the mini street ballers. They are the champions. They're being at it. They never won it. So it's their first time. It was their first time there. The mini street ballers, they emerged victory over the Aquinas Strikers out of Barron's Drive. Yes, I really appreciate the support that we got from Barron's Drive, especially from Aquinas. And I'm hearing, his son, he messaged when he told me, I will be there with a team. I said, wow. So I really appreciate it. They came out second and third, the Dennery All Blacks, and Biggest Boys again. They wasn't a strong football team, but they dominated the Walaba.
So we're going to probably give a little bit of advice to the Dennery Blacks. Maybe they should get their field wet when they're practicing, because maybe they're not getting as much rain in Dennery as we get in Fonse Jacques. So they're not used to our conditions. So or maybe we need to start playing some games in Dennery to give them some home field advantage. Maybe next year we should try and have at least one match in Dennery, just to, give them a little bit of a little boost, so that they, that they keep coming back,
Yes, because I really appreciate the support, because at one time when the Dennery All Blacks, when they arrived, the atmosphere that was in Fonse Jacques, you see, just like when you're watching football,
the anticipation,
and you're seeing the coasters reaching
the tension.
Yeah, I find that was in Fonse Jacques when everybody's saying Sebuk Dennery, you are la. The coaster went and turned by the bridge and heading back down to the playing field, passed by Beagle. I was just doing a little live as well, doing some little commentary of my own. It wasn't as professional as I would like it to be, but welcoming them to Fonse Jacques. Yeah, it was fun yesterday. It was exciting. So that itself telling me that can get bigger.
Yeah,
it can get bigger, and I'm looking forward, because what I have my intentions for next year, yes, God willing, what we of Exciting Thoughts have decided. The trophy, having a trophy, it is business, right? Having a trophy, it is business. Because when you have a trophy, you can it can bring back memories. Like, for instance, the guys from Dennery, Barron's Drive, your family can come from abroad, see that trophy on your center table, and they can say, oh, I'm Exciting Thoughts. Oh, we want to do a tour. They can explain to them, tell them what it is. But what we're doing next year, what I'm thinking about, I said to myself, along with it, people tell me that I can make the prize money bigger and move the trophy. But I say to myself that yes, we can bring the prize bigger, but just reduce on the amount of trophies so that the prize monies can get bigger. Because what we realize now, the world is it's just a world of money. So, everybody wants money. So at the same time, everybody needs something in the pocket. So we'll just have to bring the prize money bigger. If we say we making $1,000, right? $1,000. First prize, and second prize with the trophy. And third place, we'll get a case of drinks or something,
Okay.
So they're the price money. I won't disclose the price of money for the first next year. I don't want to disclose that. I will let you all thought of what will be coming. Yes, what will be coming. But without, I would like to say to our sponsors, Exciting Thoughts and Lucia wouldn't bring the exciting football and the exciting Walaba. Oh, it was the exciting Easter Fiesta. Yes, what we know in Fort Saint-Jacques is the bazaar. That's what we know in Fort Saint-Jacques. Easter Sunday and Monday, they would used to have the bazaar by the parish church, and there we got the chance since COVID, and we say, well, you know what? Let's just bring the exciting football and the Walaba for Easter Sunday and Monday. But we'll get our exciting football back on Independence 44 next year. Look forward for it. It will be bigger and better. Trust me. But I want to always, I don't do much talking and not shouting the exciting sponsors.
I agree. Give them a shout out.
They are very, 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 very significant. Yes. We have True Value, where the value is always true. Prince of Boston, Honorable Joachim Henry, Honorable Alpha Baptist, Honorable Alfred Prosper, Epic Prince, Mano's Place, Soon Comes Place, Bigger's Place, Silvo's Garage, yes, Christabel's Hideaway, Solomon's Place, Clara's Place, Bristol Shop, Bees Bar and Grill, Seaview Bar, Babo's Place, Genesis Bar, Kisha Fletcher, Lakaimwe, Christopher Taxi Service, Dee's Place. We have V's Bar and Grill in Marigot, Paula's Place, the Sidetrack, Bell Portrait, Sankofu Woodworks, the trophy. Yes, folks, the trophy was made right there in Fort Saint-Jacques by Sankofu Woodwork. Dennis Casabon. Yes. We had Aquinas Bar. Yes, big up to Aquinas Bar in Barons Drive. We have the Soufrière Regional Development Foundation, Green Party, Amazona Villas in Moka, Fort Saint-Jacques. We had the View in Connery's, Casey's Furniture in Fort Saint-Jacques. If you want your furniture, you can contact Casey. Yes, Casey's Furniture in Touraine. Yes. We had Chester Alexander, Lily's Place, and Chasney Jade Mountain, the Bliss in Connery's, and Unique Jewels. Yes, they're in Soufrière. So, folks, to all our sponsors, we have Exciting Talk. Gladly appreciate all the effort. Thank you for such a job well done. And we have Exciting Talks will continue working together with everyone that did make it happen. To all the referees that came out and support, yes, thank you very much indeed. And we have Exciting Talks. We say, indeed, a pleasant, home-hearted thank you. And hope you look forward for the next Exciting Talks football next year. Independence 44. I'm already putting it out. And it will be bigger and better. All the best. Enjoy the rest. Thank you.
All right. So once again, big up to all the sponsors of the exciting Easter Fiesta. So we had the Walaba on Sunday, Easter Sunday, and we had the football on Easter Monday. And we want to say once again, thank you to the Denry Blacks for coming all the way out and taking part in this event. And the sponsors, I want to encourage all our local businesses when it comes to sponsorship. of these activities, these local activities, it is such a wonderful thing to do, to give as much as you can in any way that you can, in monetary or kind, whatever way that you can support these activities, because it touches the lives of so many different people. We have, and also it's a great opportunity for marketing for you as a sponsor, that your name gets called out on radio, your name gets called out on the mic at the event. And it definitely is a great way to get your name out there and also to help support a worthy activity. So I want to also big up you, Mr. Smith Philip, for all these events that you put on. I find that so many persons claim to, do so many things, but you make it also obvious that you're really out there doing so much. You're running your business, exciting tours, you're hosting events like these, you're seeking sponsorship for your events, you're promoting it on different shows and in different ways, and at the same time you're still taking part in local government in your own way as part of a councilman, and you still find time to showcase different businesses on your own page as well. So I always feel like these are some of the things we need to take pride in as a community, that people who go out there and do what you do, that's the sort of thing that we need to showcase more of. And it's Youth Month, so
Yes.
we're giving everybody their kudos for Youth Month. We want to big up all our youth who are doing big things and doing great things and making themselves, putting them not just themselves, but putting their community on the map at the same time. Because for you to be able to get sponsors all the way from Marigo, get participants all the way from Denry, it's not just, when we say local, it's not just Soufrière. You're giving you're exposing the entire island. You're going near and wide and far, and you're touching the lives of so many different people in everything that you're doing. So I think it's such a wonderful thing, and that we really need to give you your props where it's due. So big up to Exciting Tours for all that they're doing in terms of bringing all these activities to Soufrière and to the wider island as at large. So you have a few shout outs I want to give out. You have a shout out coming out from Anthony Mondesi. He said, "Great job, my brother." We want to say good evening to Miss Anne-Marie Sampson. Thank you so very much for joining us on Let's Connect. And we want to say good evening to Miss Sugani Vidal. Also to Mr. Bernard Haynes. Thank you so very much for tuning in. We have someone tuned in all the way from Brooklyn. I don't want to butcher your name, Miss Emmanuel Ianthi, or Ianthi. I'm not sure how you're pronouncing it, but thank you so very much for tuning in all the way from Brooklyn. So big up to you guys. Welcome to the program, Miss Melanie Hippolyte. Thank you for joining us. So we had early on, Miss CHRISHNA Bryce representing the Soufrière Youth Month Committee. I don't know if you were aware of the activities that the Soufrière Youth Month Committee is bringing out. What do you think about Youth Month and the things that we try to do for Youth Month every year? Because every year we try to do something. We try to incorporate the students, we try to incorporate business people, we try to do something for the youth. What does Youth Month mean to you as a young person yourself?
Well, I've been hearing a lot about Youth Month, but I never at the end took part in any Youth Month activities. But Youth Month itself, we as young people, because I whilst I was listening earlier on, I heard about resilient youth. Because sometimes young people will do something good, and you will not hear about it the way that when they do something bad, like it's been hidden. And when they do the bad things, that when they explode it from the grapevine. But what I really appreciate about the youth, especially in Soufrière, this time around or years before, lots of activities have been put on the free in terms of egg hunt and but itself, Youth Month, it means a lot to me as a youth. I really appreciate that they recognize the youth as well as the other people. Yes, because as youth we have to have that pride and zeal in ourselves to do things for ourselves and for the communities. But not just when I say for ourselves, I don't want us to be keeping everything for ourselves.
Like, don't be selfish.
Don't be selfish. We have to say, for instance, there's this lady, Paula's place. She has a place. She sponsored, right? She sponsored the event, and she came with her her cooler and they're selling her stuff by the event, would I say I think saying no vendors allowed, I would be selfish because she's sponsored and she's coming there. She's not coming to compete.
She's supporting. Yes, I agree.
So there we got the sponsor from her. Bigger is next door with his establishment, and we are now by the road. Everybody got something out of it.
Everybody gets something. There's enough to go around.
That's right.
Yeah, you cannot hog everything for yourself. Yeah,
exactly. So that's what I say about youth. We don't have to be selfish as youth. We have to see everyone have something and get something. So we, as young people, we must not be selfish. It's better that we be resilient youth.
So I think that the activities that we have planned are definitely fun activities. There's something for every age group. But I particularly want us to mention the Ministers Youth Pop-Up Forum. I think that persons like yourself should register for that. If you have not done so as yet, I think that that's something you should consider. It's taking place on the 14th of May.
14th of May.
At Whispers. You can register with any member of the Sufra Youth Month Committee so that you'll be there. There's a dress code, semi-formal.
Okay.
All right. So I think that someone like yourself, you have so much reach, not just in Sufra, but island-wide. I think that your ideas and your input is something that would be valuable at such an event. So I think you should really consider registering for the forum.
Well, I saw that pop up every now and then on the
social media.
On social media, especially in the group chat. You may not be seeing too much of me, because I was very.
I know you're very busy. Very busy
doing certain stuff for the event, but I've read about the ministers pop up stuff. I've read about it. So where do I have to register in terms
you
of...
can register with me. You can register with any member. You're right. So I'm putting you down.
Yeah, you can put me down.
Okay, you're definitely gonna be there. I'm going to remind you.
I will be there
because I think you definitely need to be there. We need you.
So you need me there.
I need you. I need you to be there. I need you to be there. I need people like you. Wow. I need more people like you. I need people to see that persons like you have a voice, so that other persons who feel that they don't have a voice can see that yes, they do have a voice. So I think that these are the type of things we need to do to push the goal of getting more resilient youth out of our community.
So there will be just one minister or ministers?
It's going to be our minister, Honorable Emma Hippolyte. She's the minister she's hosting her forum, and she's going to be on the panel. And there's also going to be Mr. Ernest Auger, Mr. Sam Auger, who is the chairman of the Sufra Regional Development Foundation. He's going to be on the panel as well. He's representing the foundation, and he's representing in terms of entrepreneurship and in terms of employment and employability in St. Lucia, in Sufra specifically. So persons can come and ask questions of him relating to that. In terms of business, commerce, entrepreneurship, Minister for Commerce, Honorable Emma Hippolyte is going to be there for that. And we also have Miss Nancy Nicholas, who is a great advocate for education and for furthering yourself mentally and building up knowledge. So persons who are dedicated to educating themselves, persons who have the interest in furthering the education. So these are the persons who are going to be on the panel, and they're going to be available for questions, available for you're going to be able to mingle with them, get their advice on things, speak with them directly. And like we said, we're going to be dressed to impress. We're going to be ready for what it's almost like you're coming to a pre-job interview in a way, that you're going to learn what you need to know before you go further. So for those persons interested in going further, this is the panel for you to be at. So in terms of exciting tours, you might, just in case you might want, for example, you might want to speak to Mr. Auger regarding how to further your business with the tour agencies. Maybe he might have a contact for you. Maybe he might give you some advice, because he himself is a businessman. He has his own business as well. So these are the type of things. The Minister for Commerce, she can maybe guide you in terms of where you can get some assistance from the government. Or Miss Nancy Nicholas might be able to tell you where you can maybe do a course online that might further your business in some way. Or maybe even just networking. They might be able to get you in touch with people that might further your future endeavors. You might be able to get some more sponsors for your next event. So these are the type of things we want persons to take advantage of.
Because the next event, I'm looking for more sponsors because we want to make it bigger. That's next.
Yes,
next event.
For the next event or for next year?
Next year.
Next year.
I want to take a break from stuff for the meantime.
You want to take a break?
Yeah, I'll take a break.
You need a vacation? You working so hard?
I'll take a break. Not that I won't be doing stuff, but in terms of social media, I will be posting, but to be going on live and stuff. I want to take a break from it too, because during that event from February, the climb, that there are times when you're doing that. Sometimes we doing when we see people doing things and they say, Mrs. You want this, you want to do that. But you have a lot of pressure behind you, But it's just that I think as a resilient,
you carried well. You're very resilient. You carried well, so you don't show the stress.
Yeah,
Yes.
Because sometimes I will be there and I'm just staying and watching and think. I tend to have to take a little I have a little drip box. I'll go to the beach park somewhere and just listening to music and just refreshing my mind out of that. So I won't be thinking about, because I can recall after Hurricane Thomas. If I could not speak Creole, I may have gone because I wasn't expecting such magnitude of hurricane, and you lost. You see things you bought and you lost all that. And I stayed there, and I say, boy, I went to an interview with a journalist one day there with the camera on me, and I went. They asked me to start the thing, and I don't know where to start in the English language. And I just had to do it in Creole. Yeah. And so our Creole language is important, So as a resilient youth, I survived Hurricane Thomas, and here am I today with exciting tours. And
proving to the youth of Soufrière and for Jacques that resilience is key, and therefore you can go further in life just by being resilient.
That's right.
And it's a great lesson for all of us, and it's a great lesson for our youth, and we definitely want to see more of that. That's why I definitely want persons who believe that they want more out of life, they need to come out and participate, register for this Pop Forum taking place on May 14th. That is Upstairs Whispers from 3 p.m. Okay, so we want to encourage persons just like Mr. Smith-Philip over here to register while there's space, because especially for the paintantship this weekend, I don't know if you're interested in that sort of thing.
I am interested in right now. I'm interested in the other stuff, because that's the exciting fiesta. I was part of it, so I was away from the youth.
You weren't able to come to the fun
spots. I will be taking
part
in the different
So I can register you for the paintantship as well. I'm putting you to sit right next to me.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, we're gonna sit right next to each other, because we're so comfortable next to each other. So you might as well sit next to me for us to paint. I'll share my brushes with you.
No problem.
Okay, I'm bringing all my special brushes.
So I'll have the wine right there, and
you can have my wine too, because I don't drink alcohol.
Oh, you don't?
I don't drink alcohol, so I'm going
There will be music. There will be music.
Oh, it's the beach park. There's always music.
Okay.
It's at the beach park.
So you tell me I'll have a wine.
You'll have we can make it happen. It's a date. It's a date, okay? It's a date.
As you say, it's a date. I was reading something today, and like an ad for something, and they said make it a date, and don't be late. And I said that's a good one.
Get a date, make it a date, and don't be late. Yeah. I like that. So you've gotten a date.
Yes,
we're making it a date, and you're not gonna be late.
I won't be late.
All right.
For all the other events, I will be there.
All right. Well, I'm definitely signing you up for the paintantship. You officially registered for the paintantship this Sunday. That's happening at the Soufrière Beach Park from 3 p.m. and on May 14th for the Ministers Youth Pop-Up Forum. And trust me, I am going to remind you, because I don't like to be late and I don't like to miss out.
Well, same goes for me.
Okay, great. So that's definitely a date for this weekend and also for the paintantship.
What date for this weekend?
This weekend is Sunday. It's Sunday, 3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Yes, that's April 24th.
Where
the Soufrière Beach Park.
Oh, the Soufrière Beach Park.
Soufrière Beach Park, yes. So we're gonna have food. There's a bar. There's music, and there's going to be a gorgeous sunset. We're going to be right there at the beach, and we're going to be dressed well, and everything is going to be wonderful. Okay,
that would be a nice date.
It's going to be a nice date. It's going to be a great date.
Yeah, because the sun is already.
Yeah, it's going to be. Right, it's going to be great. It's going to be a wonderful time. I'm anticipating it. I'm manifesting it.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
Well, still, I want to shout out my brethren, Anthony Mondesi.
Yes,
appreciate the love and support that he gave on social media. Very much I appreciate it. Yes. And folks, don't forget, Exciting Tours in Lucia is the company that makes every tour exciting. So we got to connect. So every Tuesday, locked on to Let's Connect radio program
on 88.5 Super FM. Yes.
Your voice, your light. They're the best.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
We want to give a big shout out to those of you on our chat. We want to say hello to Sheldon Lionel coming from Orlando. Big up to Orlando, Florida. We want to say hello to Mickey or Mikey Henry. He's sent a message to you. He said, big up my brother. I admire your passion for community development and enhancement. So big up to you coming from Mikey Henry. Also, Caroline Bob, who said, congratulations to my people from Sufra, keeping up the good work. And also thanks to Auntie Emma and her team. She's watching all the way from Castries. So thanks for joining us on Let's Connect, Miss Bob. Once again, thank you so very much, Anthony Felicien, for your pleasant comments. I don't know if you remember me from convent, but you were one of my English teachers at SJC, and I admire you very much, sir. So thank you so very much for watching Let's Connect this evening. And also Miss Anne-Marie Sampson, once again, tuned in, always locked on. Thank you so very much for your support of Let's Connect. So I want to thank you once again, Mr. Smith-Philip, for coming from exciting tours and from exciting Easter Fiesta and from the exciting Independence Mount Jimmy climb. We have all these exciting events coming from Mr. Exciting himself. So we always happy to have you here on Let's Connect, and you know you're welcome back anytime. I know you're always a call away. I can always get you here when I need you, especially when I need somebody to sit next to me. So it's always a pleasure.
Yes, thank you very much for the opportunity once again, and all the best in the future endeavors in terms of radio programs.
All right, thank you. Now, next week, I'm going to have a very, very interesting guest. I'm going to have Miss Terrian Compton on my show next week. She has just announced the release of her new book, Inspire Her. And it's going to be wonderful. I'm going to be posting the trailer video for her book release starting from tomorrow. And so she'll be on Let's Connect next week, Tuesday from 5:30 p.m. Tuned in. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful interview. Until next time, remember, together, let us transform Souffre Fosse Jacques.
My mommy protected me and my little nephew when she got vaccinated.
My doctor is protecting me. She's vaccinated.
My aunt protected me when she got vaccinated.
COVID-19 vaccines are available for people from the age of 12 years and older. Being vaccinated against the virus does not only protect you, it also makes our country safer for those who cannot receive the vaccine.
Vaccinate for you, for yours, for us.
Hi, I'm Donna. I'm a mother of 4 and I'm happily married. In 2015, I was pregnant with my 4th child and I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. It was a difficult time for my family and myself. After 1 year of treatment, with the support from my team, my baby and I turned out just fine. Remember that there is life after breast cancer.